Wednesday, June 10, is not just another episode of Beyond the Gates. It is an absolute masterclass in tension, emotional whiplash, and sheer, unadulterated chaos. We have been waiting for weeks for the highly anticipated crossover event with the young and the restless, and while the Genoa City elites certainly brought the glamour, Mother Nature is about to bring the absolute destruction. The calm before the storm is officially over, and the tornado that is about to rip through Martin Richardson's exclusive political fundraiser is going to change the landscape of this show forever. Let's unpack every single brilliant, heartbreaking, and terrifying moment that is about to unfold. First, we have to talk about the emotional core of this episode, which rests entirely on the shoulders of Ashley Morgan. Ashley is currently drowning in a sea of grief, and frankly, who can blame her? Her world was completely shattered when her ex-boyfriend Derek Baldwin died a hero's death by taking a bullet meant for Jacob Hawthorne during the botched plasma ring sting. Derek's father Brian has just come to town to collect his son's remains, leaving Ashley with nothing but a cat rescue badge, a Medal of Honor, and a gaping hole in her heart. She is completely paralyzed by her sorrow. Enter Naomi Hawthorne. Naomi is carrying a massive amount of survivor's guilt by proxy right now. Her husband Jacob is alive and breathing solely because Derek is in a body bag. Naomi feels a profound, unspoken debt to Ashley, and seeing her friend drowning in despair pushes Naomi to take action. Naomi uses every ounce of her persuasive power to convince Ashley to get out of her house, put on a stunning dress, and attend Martin Richardson's massive political fundraiser. Naomi's logic is actually quite sound here. She hopes that the sheer spectacle of the event, combined with the presence of glamorous Genoa City VIPs like the legendary Victor Newman and the iconic Abbott family, will provide Ashley with a much-needed distraction. It is a classic fake it until you make it strategy. Naomi just wants to see her friend smile again, even for a fleeting second. However, the universe has a very twisted sense of humor. Almost the exact second Ashley steps foot into the opulent, glittering ballroom of the Fairmont Crest Country Club, her eyes lock onto the absolute last person she ever wanted to see, Grayson Perez. Bam. Talk about an emotional gut punch. Let's analyze Grayson's presence for a second. What on earth is he doing at an exclusive, high society political gala? We know Grayson is completely broke. His lab is shutting down due to the police investigation into Dr. Leah Whitmore, and debt collectors are hounding him. Is it possible that Leslie Thomas, who recently overheard his financial struggles and offered him a lifeline at her clinic, somehow pulled some strings to get him into this event? Or did Grayson sneak in, desperately hoping to find Ashley and beg for her forgiveness one more time? Whatever the reason, his presence is a massive trigger. When Ashley sees him, you can practically feel the fury radiating off her through the screen. And logically, her anger is 100% justified. Grayson's lies and his involvement in the plasma ring courier work are the direct reasons Derek is dead. Grayson is the one who told Derek that Ashley was in danger, which is exactly why Derek followed him to that warehouse on that fateful night. In Ashley's mind, Grayson is holding the smoking gun. But here's where the writers do something incredibly smart and emotionally resonant. Instead of giving us a cliche, screaming soap opera showdown in the middle of a crowded gala, they give us a moment of profound character growth. Just as Ashley is about to unleash her wrath, she pauses. She remembers the heartfelt words Naomi spoke to her earlier that evening. Naomi's plea for peace, for finding a way to breathe through the pain, echoes in Ashley's mind. We watch as the fiery rage in Ashley's eyes slowly morphs into a cold, exhausted calm. She actually composes herself. This is a brilliant psychological pivot. Ashley realizes that screaming at Grayson will not bring Derek back. It will only poison her own soul further. She actually approaches him with a level of composure that is stunning to witness. I genuinely think that this highly charged, surprisingly calm conversation is going to be the turning point for them. It is the very first fragile step toward a potential reconciliation. Grayson finally gets the chance to speak his truth without being shouted down, and Ashley, in her grief, might finally be ready to listen to the agonizing reality of how Dr. Whitmore threatened his ailing mother. While this heavy emotional drama is playing out in the corner, the rest of the gala is buzzing with high society politics and crossover magic. Martin Richardson and Bradley Smitty Smith have pulled out all the stops. The room is packed with the DMV's elite and Genoa City royalty. Victor Newman has made his grand helicopter-fueled entrance, exuding that classic mustache intimidation. Jack and Diane Abbott are working the room despite their current marital tensions back home. But of course, a party in Fairmont Crest wouldn't be complete without some wildly uninvited guests. Enter Leslie Thomas and Joey Armstrong. Are you kidding me with these two? The sheer audacity. We already knew Leslie was determined to crash this party. She has been spiraling out of control ever since the plasma ring bust threatened the reputation of her free clinic. She threatened Darlene Hawthorne, she crashed Mona Wilson's event, and now she has waltzed into Martin's exclusive gala completely unbothered by the fact that literally no one wants her there. Leslie's narcissism knows no bounds. She simply cannot fathom an important event happening without her at the center of it. And then there is Joey Armstrong. What is the casino boss doing rubbing elbows with politicians and Genoa City billionaires? Joey just had a terrifying face-to-face meeting with the Impaler, the true leader of the plasma ring, and realized it might be his own sister, Heather. Joey is stressed, paranoid, and likely looking to make some powerful connections, perhaps even trying to corner Victor Newman or Jack Abbott for a shady business proposition to save his own skin. But neither Leslie, nor Joey, nor the Genoa City VIPs, nor the grieving Ashley Morgan could possibly predict what happens next. The show delivers a masterstroke of pacing. Everything is going perfectly according to Martin's meticulously planned schedule. The champagne is flowing, the jazz band is playing, and the political speeches are about to begin. And then the sky outside the massive floor-to-ceiling windows turns an unnatural, sickly shade of black. The transition from a high society soap opera to a full-blown survival thriller is instantaneous and terrifying. The atmospheric pressure drops. A deafening roar, like a massive freight train, swallows the music and the chatter. The tornado has arrived in Fairmont Crest, and it does not care how much money you have in the bank or what your last name is. The execution of this disaster sequence is going to be legendary. The power grid fails instantly, plunging the opulent ballroom into pitch darkness, illuminated only by the terrifying flashes of lightning outside. The sheer panic that erupts is visceral. This isn't just a storm, it is a nightmare. The wind begins to shatter the massive glass windows, sending lethal shards flying through the air. People are screaming, pushing, and scrambling for any semblance of shelter. And then comes the visual centerpiece of the destruction, the country club's massive, multi-ton crystal chandelier. We watch in horror as the violent winds rip through the compromised building, causing the massive fixture to sway violently before the ceiling supports finally give way. The chandelier plummets to the floor with a catastrophic crash, sending glass and debris exploding in every direction. The chaos is absolute. We see Jack Abbott stripping off his tuxedo jacket, desperately throwing himself over Diane to shield her from the falling debris. Vernon Dupree is seen grabbing a terrified Anita, screaming that they have to evacuate immediately, dragging her away from the epicenter of the collapse. Somewhere in the building, Danny Dupree and Bill Hamilton are trapped inside a pitch-black elevator, completely cut off from the rest of the world, forced to confront their complicated past while dangling by a literal thread. You have to appreciate the dark, poetic irony of Leslie Thomas and Joey Armstrong right now. They schemed, manipulated, and forced their way into this exclusive VIP event only to find themselves trapped in a collapsing building, dodging flying glass and falling chandeliers. I have to ask, do they regret it now? As they cower in the darkness, covered in dust and debris, they must be questioning every life choice that led them to crash this specific party. Karma didn't just come knocking, it blew the entire roof off. As the Wednesday episode draws to a close, the dust begins to settle, but the true horror is only just beginning. The screaming subsides into terrified whimpers and the sounds of groaning metal. The fans are left completely breathless, waiting for the Thursday aftermath, because all these spectacular visuals are merely a setup for the real agonizing questions: who didn't make it out of the way in time? The episode leaves us with a chilling, unforgettable cliffhanger that sets the stage for Thursday's fallout. Ted Richardson is navigating the dark, destroyed remnants of the country club when he stumbles upon his niece, Catherine "Cat" Richardson. She is standing frozen in the darkness, visibly in shock. Ted rushes over, noticing that her hands are completely covered in blood. He frantically asks her where she is hurt, trying to assess her injuries. And then Cat looks up at him, her eyes wide with pure terror, and utters the line that will keep every single viewer awake at night. "It's not my blood." Chills. Absolute chills. This is how you execute a cliffhanger, people. Whose blood is on Cat's hands? The speculation is going to break the internet. Did the falling chandelier crush one of our beloved Fairmont Crest residents? Was Martin Richardson injured trying to protect his guests? Did Smitty take a hit? Or, even more shockingly, did one of the Genoa City VIPs get critically wounded? Imagine the cross-show ramifications if Victor Newman, Jack Abbott, or Diane Abbott is severely injured on Beyond the Gates territory. And what about Ashley and Grayson? Did Grayson use this terrifying moment to shield Ashley from the debris, proving his worth and solidifying their path to forgiveness? Or were they separated in the dark? The tornado has completely leveled the playing field. Wealth, status, and petty rivalries mean absolutely nothing when you are bleeding in the dark. The writers have masterfully woven Ashley's quiet, internal storm of grief with a literal, catastrophic force of nature. Wednesday's episode is the terrifying catalyst, but Thursday is where the true body count and emotional devastation will be revealed. Who is trapped under the rubble? Whose life is hanging in the balance? We are going to have to hold our collective breath until tomorrow to find out.